Good morning, Desiree, and to our viewers once again. Yeah, breaking news coming from the eThekwini Metro and the results that have come out. Desiree, as you've said, a dismal performance by the ANC, despite the fact that they had said in their campaigns that they were certain that they were going to get a majority win here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, but more specifically because their campaign was largely focused here in the eThekwini Metro, where we even saw the president of the ANC campaign in the eThekwini Metro. They've managed of the 222-seat council the ANC has managed, and of course these are the preliminary results which the IEC is going to be announcing quite shortly. 96 seats, followed by the Democratic Alliance at 58 seats, the EFF at 24, and the IFP at 16 seats. I'm just going to bring in our political analyst, Precious Lugayeni. Breaking news, this is, no one was expecting this, well, so far as the ANC was not expecting these results. And I think, as my colleague Desiree was saying in her introduction, that the discussion now is going to be who is the ANC going to work with. You were just going through this list, Ma'am Precious, and looking at who is likely to be able to agree to work with the ANC. We're already hearing from the ANC nationally that the likelihood of the Democratic Alliance and the ANC working together is not likely to happen. Looking at the numbers and the seats, what is likely going to happen?
Look, Ayanda, the DA has indicated that it is not going to work with the ANC, and Action SA has indicated that it is not going to work with the ANC. Whether the EFF will work with the ANC remains to be seen. However, in eThekwini, their only option is to talk to the IFP and see whether they agree. That's the only option.
Again, talk to the IFP, but the two parties have had their challenges. They have in the previous, after the 2016 local elections, we saw them working together in some of the municipalities in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But unfortunately, it ended up with a breakdown in relations between the two parties. So how is that likely going to work?
You see, in politics, there are no permanent enemies and no permanent friends. Maybe in this case, they will have to talk to the IFP. If not, they will have to go to the opposition benches, because the smaller parties have already indicated that they are not prepared to work with the ANC. That is their biggest challenge.
And by the smaller parties, of course, Desiree, if we look here at the Action SA coming in at 1.93% of the votes and managing to obtain 4 seats in the eThekwini Metro. Very interestingly, though, is the smaller parties, which make up 24 seats in the eThekwini Metro. But again, that will be a single party, making it a little bit difficult, wouldn't it be, for the ANC to be able to work together with different parties?
It will depend on where those parties come from. Maybe there will be parties, and there will also be some independent candidates. Some independent candidates are aligned to political parties. Maybe some are aligned to the ANC. However, the bottom line is that the ANC is in trouble in eThekwini.
All right, interesting developments, of course, here in the eThekwini Metro. Ultimately, the people who had come out to vote came to vote for change, came to vote for service delivery, better services, as we've seen the eThekwini municipality challenges in a number of areas. Although the city does have, in large number of areas, does have electricity, does have water. However, disruptions of electricity, water shortages, some areas still don't have access to ablution facilities and toilets. Some areas in the city still without water. We also have over 94 informal settlements in the eThekwini Metro. People in these informal settlements saying for years they've been promised decent houses, and many of them have said they were voting for better services, they were voting for houses. This issue that the ANC now finds itself in, or these political parties, really, it's not just about the ANC this time. What does it mean for the voters? The voters want to see change. The voters want to see the services that they are being promised. And we know what happens in councils when the parties start to fight and struggle amongst each other, even to agree on passing a budget that will go towards assisting communities.
You see, Ayanda, like you said earlier, people are voting for change. But what is important here is that the supporters of the ANC have not gone out to vote. And also, I don't think the ANC should worry about who voted for who. Even if they say our people did not vote for the DA, for example, that's not the issue. The issue, the very fact that your people did not vote for you should be enough for you to take a decision. Coming to the issue of service delivery, it's been everywhere, everyone to see that people are complaining about roads, potholes, refuse removal, and many, many, many things that affect people. Local government is about local issues. So the ANC in eThekwini has failed to do those for the people. And then their people have not gone out to vote. People who stay in informal settlements, like you talk about informal settlements in eThekwini, are black. So those are the black people who did not go out and vote because they are dissatisfied with the performance of the ANC. It's time for the ANC to look at itself seriously. And also whether the ANC will come back, that remains to be seen.
Well, we've heard some of the leaders of the ANC, of course, acknowledging the fact that the party has not fared well, saying that they need to regroup, take a look at where the challenges within the party are. Some have said it's just a minor setback.
No, this is not a minor setback. This is a big setback. In 2016, eThekwini got 56%. We're talking about 14 percentage points down, which is really serious. And also, it cannot be a minor setback because there's a trend from 2011 to now. So I don't know why. Maybe they want to make us happy, or they want to put up a face which is not going to help them anyway.
It's not just, of course, the eThekwini Metro. This is going to be the big story of the day, but looking at other municipalities that the ANC has also lost in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. You were making reference earlier on when we were speaking off air, Precious, to the Western Cape and how it's very difficult for the ANC to be able to regain municipalities which they have lost. What are the chances of them being able to regain the municipalities that they've lost? We've heard the Democratic Alliance, which has now taken over the Umgeni municipality just outside Pietermaritzburg, the IFP as well, the president of the IFP we spoke to yesterday, Mr. Velunkosini Hlabisa, saying that they have a plan and they are going to improve on services in the municipalities that they have taken over from the ANC. What will then mean? These parties want to run those municipalities. Well, they're saying that they're going to make a change. The chances of the ANC being able to then regain these municipalities back?
If the ANC continues to deny that there's a problem, if it continues to say, for example, this is a minor setback, if it continues to say that the people did not vote for the DA, all those things are not going to help the ANC. And I don't think the ANC doesn't know what happened. If they don't know what happened, it means then there's even a bigger problem. They ought to have known from 2011, the decline up to now, that there will be something like this. When I spoke to you earlier, before we started the elections, I said to you, if the trends from 2006 to now are real, the ANC will get less than 50%, and that is exactly where we are.
Again, speaking about the ANC and the trends, as you were saying, the party is saying that obviously they believe that part of the results and part of the issues that they faced, which has led to these results, have been the internal problems that the party has faced. And some might say, in order for you to be able to get your house in order first before you are able to go out and make a difference and make a change. But is it going to be enough? Yes, the party internally and possibly in KwaZulu-Natal has more issues than other provinces. But is it just about them fixing the challenges that they have within the party?
But it would also depend on what do they think those issues played. What role did they play in the elections? First of all, the factions are known, and in this province, as we say, they are more pronounced than anywhere else. It will be important for them to analyze that and see what role did those factions play in the elections. Then, because we cannot change what we don't acknowledge, they need to acknowledge and know that, okay, we have factions, and this is how the factions have actually worked towards this dismal performance. And then they correct those. But people do not care mainly about their divisions, but if their divisions affect service delivery, this is what they will get.
The Zuma factor? The arrest of former President Jacob Zuma, we know the support that he has. He has a lot of support in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, although he did come out just ahead of the elections urging members of the ANC and their supporters to go out and vote for the party, and him saying that they would then fix the challenges that the ANC has, and in order for them to be able to fix those challenges, the ANC needs to govern. How much of a factor was the Jacob Zuma Zuma, the issues around former President Jacob Zuma, although we did see him come out and cast his vote on November 1st?
Look, it would be unfortunate if the ANC will attribute this dismal performance to Jacob Zuma. That will be terrible. This performance is caused by service delivery. That is all. Zuma or no Zuma, this is about service delivery. Because Zuma has come out and saying people must vote for the ANC. That is why I said earlier, if they think that the divisions within the ANC have played a role, they must find out what role did they play. For example, did a particular faction not vote? So that is what they need to find out.
Speaking of factions, the other issue was the step-aside rule. And we saw for some time the ANC, even here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, saying that they needed clarity in terms of who needed to the step-aside rule, that it wasn't clear. All right, we're going to stop here for now.